Who are we? And just tell me if my presentation is going. Today, again, we have a third class with Justina and Maxim. We are representative of Hollis, just for some, because I see that there's always someone new to tell you why I'm talking and why Maxim is joining and also sharing his perspective. We are representing Hollis, and Hollis is one of the organizations that takes part in Open School for Village House. We have our responsibilities, but the biggest responsibility is actually this training. And we are here sharing our knowledge and our experience, especially on sustainability, but also strategy, doing a project and leading the projects and the facilitation as well. Um, you can read about us, but it's not about us, it's about you. So you can Google up, you can ask us questions, obviously, because we are partners of this project. So we are here for you. So you can always reach out to us. So not to take so much of our precious time, but I will go further. So as this is our third class, on our first and second class, we were doing sustainable product and services. And our second class was about the problem, mapping the context, what is happening in your local area, and then also trying to maybe see how we can solve this. Yeah, so that was our first two class. Today, we're gonna think more into solutions. Obviously, we're gonna take small pause, but we're going to go into the value proposition. So how to create the value that is really needed by your local community, but your users, customers, whatever we're going to call them, we can decide. And we're going to do this step by step a little today. And obviously, the fourth class on Thursday is going to be like a ending point, like a frame. So we're going to have this frame for our four classes. So just to tell you where we are and why and how. But before we're gonna start, you already know me and you know that I like asking questions and using chat. I want you to take 3-4 minutes to write down the idea that you have, that you are testing already, or maybe something that you mentioned in application form. I want you to write it so everyone else should read it and should know what's happening, what other people are thinking. But please try to keep it really short, like an essence, not like an essay. So it should be like 3-4 sentences. What is the product or service, or maybe something else? It can be idea, concept, campaign that you want to provide to your local community. Yeah, something that you want to give, you want to build around this, like a maybe business, maybe some organization. Yeah, so please everyone, take your time, 3 minutes, and I will be counting with the time, obviously. And after that, or wherever you're ready, you can share with all of us, and then I will explain you why did I ask about this. Clear? Perfect. So I'm waiting with Maxim, looking at the chat for the answers. Mm. Okay, we have less than a minute. If someone wants to share. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. Keep sharing. Um, and I want everyone to take a couple of seconds to read it. I'm not going to read it now today. So please take a second and read all the answers. Mhm. Perfect. I see some water. So Diogo and Annalisa, you should be talking today. That was my point. So already, if you feel that there is something interesting, please write down the name of the person, because I will be in the middle of our session. We'll be doing small exchange coffee rooms. Let's put it that way. Yes, that's why we have this project to talk. But also, anyway, so please read it. Please keep sending things. I will be also saving this chat for later and then adding our platform. But I wanted you to share, so then we know what is there. Obviously, we read all the applications, but maybe some of the things change along the way. But also, I want you to, with others, to share. But we will be not talking about this today. Why? And I will be explaining you step by step, because those ideas that you wrote or the projects, super important. But as designer works and how the world is working is actually pausing at the right moment, not to design the things that are not connected with the needs of the people. And I will be really slowly, step by step, taking you today on this journey. And we are on this module which is called Dream Builder, because we want you to build your dream, which is really close to your values, obviously. And today we're going to talk about values, and especially the tool called value proposition. And I know this might sound harsh, but whenever I'm starting a new project with a business or organization, NGO, I'm starting with this expression that people don't need your product and service. And it sadly is true, because we live in such a environment, I mean, such a world that there is so many other products and services. So why people need ours? And to be honest, like, people, they don't need another chair or another tourist offer or another something new. And I know it might sound harsh, but don't worry, there is a positive ending to the sentence. What they really need is the value that you can deliver, that your product or service is delivering to them, that no one else, no other product, no other company, organization is not delivering. But how to deliver the right value. And that's the core of our today classes. And that's why we need to pause the idea. We need to stop, because if we keep starting from the idea point of view on already solution, we might be missing those elements, like a journey. We are really straight going to the goal, the end goal, but we are missing what's happening in the middle, in the beginning, along the way. And sometimes what we are designing, what we are proposing, the idea, maybe is not the right fit. And today we're going to also talk about the fit part. So what is really needed, if we thinking about today, we are looking at the Sorry, Maxim, can you mute yourself? Oh, no, don't
Oh,
worry.
sorry, I wasn't muted.
Don't worry, don't worry. I was just like, I knew that you will be closing the window. So, so what we're gonna do today, we're gonna pause for a second, and we were looking the last session, we were looking into the needs, like the challenges of the local region, and we're gonna create a value around it, or we're gonna add the value, or we're gonna actually make it understandable for what is the value that we are giving as our product or service to the local region. And how does it look in the process? And this is something, there are many different design processes. You can really get tired and overwhelmed, but I wanted also to like to explain you why we are doing certain things, because think about this first step as a inspiration. So I was talking about sustainability, about things that are happening in the world. This is the first stage. This is the inspiration. This is the desktop research, how designers they call it. Yeah. So you need to know what's happening. The second step is always like, okay, what's the context? What's the need? So mapping, analyzing what is already existing. Yeah. So that's a natural element in design process. So mapping the problems, what is already there. The third one is like, okay, so based on what we knowing, what we are seeing, what is the value that is needed to the people that we can create, so we can connect it with our idea. And then fourth, the cherry on top, like what does it mean, like what does it mean in a bigger context. Yeah. So just to tell you like how we shape this for classes and how you can learn from that experience as a design process. So diving really deep into what is design proposition, a value proposition, and obviously you have presentation, you have all the stuff on the platform, so you can read it, you can get really deep into the topic. But value proposition in a really like in one sentence on the summary, it's a simple statement that is summarizing why your users will choose your value, your product, your service. Yeah. So there is a connection, there is this argument why they're using it, why they're coming to you, why, what kind of value they feel when they're using your service or product. Yeah. And it's really simple and it's really clear. That's how it should be. But believe me, in many cases, for many companies, the value is not that clear, even for the employees, even for customers. Really often we are forgetting about this when we are creating a business, because we are jumping immediately to the solutions, to the ideas. Yeah. So whoever is asking us, so what your product is actually giving, we are tend to stopping here and didn't know, like, oh, I don't know, actually it's just a product. Yeah. So it's helping, value proposition is helping you to understand the real value of what you're delivering, what you're proposing, and why people they will be using it. And just to show you, and this is something that we're going to work on full day today, only one tool, value proposition. So on the right side you have a customer profile. And customer, we can use user. I like this word user more than customer. But if we are thinking about this jargon, this is the word that they're using, customer profile. And obviously in the customer profile, we have three different segments, three different tasks, and we will be going through them step by step. On the value proposition, we have a product and services, so something that you deliver, gain creators, and pain relievers. But how does it make sense? How does it fit together? So it's actually about this moment in between, the wow moment, the feeling like, oh my God, this is a perfect, it's called product market fit. It sounds really business, but this is the perfect connection with your users, with the context, with the things that you're delivering, that they feel this is the value. This is something that it's really serving my needs. It's, this is like the thing that we want to create. Obviously, because we are holies, we want to also add and cherry on top of that the sustainability aspect. Yeah. And don't worry, this is something that I will be referring a lot today, and to like the next class on Thursday, that will be fully on that one again. And as I was saying, a value proposition is important part of business model canvas. something that you will be doing with other organization on the module 5 starting next week. So this is where you're going to get really into the details on the other parts of your business model. So that's why today we are tackling the value proposition. That's why I believe that you can see it's like in the middle, and it's called the middle, like the heart of the business model canvas. That's how people are calling it in business. So I need to be myself. So I need to also tell you about this expression, late capitalism, because it might be sounds like, why should we create another product, another service? Like we already have everything that exists. And I totally understand that, especially because there is this a lot of saying recently about late capitalism, that we're going to be living in this era, nothing will change. But I believe that it won't happen. We are having urge, we are having changes, we need to react. And this is something that we were talking on our first class about circular economy as a solution to the capitalism, to solution to the late capitalism, to change it. So if you want to also get a little bit more understanding around this one, there is many nice articles, obviously, about like why do we need to create another product, another service? We need to, because we need to change the elements in the system that is not working. Obviously, I don't want to get deep too much on that one, but it's important element to remember that yes, we can change the model that is already existing. It doesn't need to be only one model that is all the time. Two more slides before we're gonna jump. So we need more. We need a different model. We need a different values. We need more circular and more earth focused solutions. Yeah. So that's why we want to focus on real value, not inventing the wheel from the beginning. And that's how I want to also you to think about it, that with a new value proposition, with your new idea, with your product that you want to put on your local region, it's not like not that you're reinventing the wheel from the beginning. Yeah, you really think from how can we make it this time, this product, this value more sustainable. Yeah. Let's go forward, because this is my favorite sentence that is actually mine. I should be start naming it. Waste is a human invention. In the nature there is no waste. So we can learn a lot from the nature, and we will be on our fourth class that we can look at the nature, especially if we're creating a value proposition around it, and use what is already existing. So we are not producing another waste. And this is just an invitation for you today, whenever we're going to work on a value proposition, on your value proposition, to question yourself. Do I really need to use this resource when I'm creating the value? Do I really need to satisfy this need of people having new products all the time? Maybe I can give them something else. What they will need? They need curiosity. They need inspiring things. Yeah. Do I need to really do another chair? Like I used to work in design, and believe me, there are so many lamps, so many chairs in the world that we don't need to design another one. So how can we now design a new one that is the most sustainable, for example? Yeah. So that's the argument I want you to have when you're going to feel that you're creating something. So jump and obviously ask us questions in the chat. I see that Maxim is already sharing some stuff. Or Ella. Say hello, Ella. Yes, Ella. So I want us today to start with the user perspective and to create a value proposition. Yeah. So first thing is to understand your users, your customers, potential, your community, everyone that you think will be around the things that you're producing, you want to put on the market. Yeah. And there is this expression called target group that I also don't like, but I will tell you what is it. And the definition, a Wikipedia definition, is really simple. It's a group of people or stakeholders, so partners around it, that they share the similar characteristic and then you're reaching to them and you're satisfying their needs. Yeah, so that's how you can call a target group. And a target group is something that it's used in the marketing quite often. And what I don't like, and I need to be myself, it's really typically is divided by age, gender, family size, money, place of residence, income, as I was saying, education, occupation. So those are really like things that segments people, which I really don't like. Marketing is like this target group is needed when you need a quantity, when you need to know how many. But we don't do this when we are talking about value proposition. In the value proposition, what we call when we are talking about target group, we are going deeper into understanding and empathizing with our users. And this moment I like because I believe it's more human. We are talking about their choices, we are thinking about their needs, fears, hobbies, lifestyles, value. So we are really trying to understand why they're acting the way they're acting and how can we help them. So you understand there is a difference between that one. And that's why value proposition is focusing on this more soft elements to create something that is really needed. So target group, this is something that is existing like that. So when we are focusing, and we will be focusing in a second about our users and our customers, it's really answering those questions. What exactly characterize my customers? What is the character of them? Who they are? Yeah. Maybe it's a one group, maybe it's a three, maybe it's really specific. Yeah. We cannot say that, oh, it's just for girls. This is really like a big segment, or this is only for I don't know, like for students. Yeah, like it's really like going deeper. What kind of students, which area, what kind of things they're liking. Yeah, and etc. Who will be paying, and etc. and etc. Yeah, so this is really like helpful whenever you're producing something. Hi Viviana, I can hear you. That's good to know that you're here with us, but I will continue. And obviously, when we are having the income categorization, it's really marketing, it's really focusing on the money, but then it's also helping somehow to understand for what kind of target group we are. And maybe our product is not for this kind of people. And sometimes it's really good to also think who is not our target group, to be really narrow, really specific for what kind of people are you designing the value. But I want you to take a challenge with me. You can close your eyes, you can do whatever you want. I want you to imagine 74 years old British man. I want to close your eyes and think about it. Who this person can be. And this is really typical marketing exercise. Okay, so I will reveal the next slide. We have a really different needs. So that's why I believe this marketing targeting is sometimes is really wrong, because different people in the same age, the same demographic, and etc., have a totally different lifestyle, totally different needs. And it's like when we are thinking about categorizing them into age or gender, we are missing this element of them. We are missing this human side that value proposition is helpful for. Okay, one more time. Imagine 32 years old woman with a kid. So just really close your eyes, think about it. Obviously, it will be similar to the last one, so I'm not going to surprise you. So you can think about Prince Kate or like a single model. Yeah, both of them, they have a totally different way of living, different responsibility, different needs, and etc. And this exercise can go on and go on and go on. I just want you to understand that's why value proposition and really thinking about your users, not from the marketing perspective, is important. So then you know what kind of people exactly you're helping to. And this is our first exercise for today. And obviously, I will be sharing with you Myra in a second. But I want you individually first, and don't worry, we will be sharing later. We will have time for that, to try to narrow down 3 customer groups. And by customer groups, I mean it can be your local community. It can be, group that you think you're going to sell the most, or any other customer groups or user groups that you think they're going to be around the idea that you're having. And I want you, in a really like fast sentences, like short sentences, to write down the behaviors that you're seeing that group has, in what kind of moment in life they are, because that's quite a specific. If they're, for example, searching for a house, they're a young couple with a kid, then you know that this is a really specific moment for them. For example, if you want to propose something like a house for them, yeah, or like apartment and etc. A buying habits, way of living, and what is also important for him, her, them. Just really simple 5 elements. You don't need to go that deep on that one, but this is a really nice to just warm up our brains for today. So I'm gonna send you, just give me a second, stop sharing the Miro link, and the Miro link that is also on our platform. And we're gonna take 7 minutes to individually to do this exercise. Obviously you will be able later on to continue. This is not the main exercise for today. So I'm sharing in the chat, and I will be sharing also the Miro here, so you will be able to see. Just let me know. Let me know if you can access the Miro, if everything is. Yes, you can see. Perfect. So please follow me. You can see. Here's the exercise number 1. Here I prepare already exercise for you. So take one. Please maybe write your name so everyone else know that this is this. And please, in the 7 minutes, try to write down the things that describe your segment, so your target or user group. I'm going to put the timer, and then obviously later on we're going to share. I see that you're already here, so you know what to do. It's this big frame on the right side. Perfect. You can also follow me. This is the exercise. Perfect. Let me know if you need some help in the chat. Me or Maxim, we can help.
Justina, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you repeat again the task? What we should do, because I was not here. I didn't hear what to do.
Don't worry. It's really simple. You go on a Miro. Can you hear? Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go on the Miro, you click on the Miro, then there is this image, and I want you, thinking about your idea, the idea you have, write down 3 different users, a group that might be using, that you might be serving with your product
My
and
product,
idea.
yeah.
And then try to describe them. What kind of behaviors, in what kind of moments in life they are, what are the buying habits. So what we are doing here, we are trying to understand them before we're going to propose something to them. Is it clear
Yes.
now?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
I got
perfect.
yes. Thank you.
Yes. I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes, and don't worry, we're not gonna share now. We will be still continue working, but this is something that you can obviously finish later. So 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna jump to the next task. Okay, we're gonna pause that, and don't worry, we will be back on that, so there is no problem. Um, I will be sharing the presentation in a second. Let's go back to that. But I'm really happy to see that you get fast really into the exercise. It's really happy for me to see that. Can you see back my presentation? Yes, perfect. Okay, just give me. Uh, okay. And we will be continuing that one because for the value proposition and for this exercise today, we need to choose one. We need to choose one target group because we cannot satisfy everyone's need with value proposition. Value proposition is really specifically connected, and it always should be, with the one specific target group. So whenever you're thinking about like, oh, but we have three different groups or four or five, then obviously to every group, they're going to be a different value proposition. We're going to satisfy different needs. So I will be telling you that in a second. And what we will be doing, and I will be just explaining you the first pink part, and I wanted you to work on that 10-15 minutes, and I will be explaining you three elements of this one. I want you to choose. You are choosing today one group, one user group, target group that you think it's good to start with, meaning that there is the most potential in satisfying those target group. So you need to think about it. You think about the person that is representing this target group, yeah? So you can think obviously as a whole, but I wanted to start you like with visualizing, like personalization of the one person that is representing this kind of specific group, yeah? You can call it, you can use it a name, you can put it like Anna, Chris, local farmer. Make something that will actually help you to be focusing on this person. Yeah. So that's the first task, to put the name, to choose the target group, put a name, and try to be focusing on that one. So that will be your first task. The second part is going to be jobs to be done. And all of explanation you have on Miro, obviously, but really in a jobs to be done, just to tell you like an essence for this exercise, you're going to describe here all the jobs that person, this kind of person that you're referring to, needs to fulfill, needs to do. Yeah. So this is really like we are building this persona, this target group here, to understand this person, how this person operates. And this can be something really functional. This person needs to pay the bills, for example. This person needs to grow veggies, because maybe if you're going to choose the farmer, then this person needs to have a local network. This person needs to fulfill, and etc. It can be personal, it can be emotional, it can be social elements. Yeah. So we're gonna use this one. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna do this part. And obviously, after this part, you will be ranking what is the most important jobs to be done that this person needs to do. Yeah. So that's why we I will be telling you a little bit later about the ranking. I don't want to get too much into it. You have all the instruction. So the jobs to be done of your user. Then we're going to go through pains of this person, of the specific target group. What kind of pains this person is going through? What are the barriers? What is stopping them, for example, maybe to fulfill their needs? Maybe, for example, the obstacles would be not enough resources, maybe not enough people to be connected with this person. Yeah. The pains can be different depending on which kind of customer group you're choosing, or if it's local community, or if it's something really specific. Yeah. And obviously we will be ranking what is the most difficult, what is the most painful, let's put it that way, and what is least painful for this specific user. The third one is a gains, and this gains is some like a benefit. You can understand as a benefit. So what kind of benefits this person is looking for? What are they seeking? What are the positive outcomes that this user they wants to have in their life by experiencing, for example, your product or service? So, for example, it would be uh, again for a person living in a rural area, for example, easy access to transportation. That's the feeling. Yeah, that's the gain that this person wants to have. um, Obviously there is more explanation on this one. Yeah. Yeah, there is a question: when you refer to customer jobs, you refer to the private lives or jobs to be done as a customers? Really good question. I will go back to the explanation. Yeah. So if we're thinking about jobs to be done, especially for this exercise for open house for village house, as Maxim was writing in the chat, they need to be relevant to your project, to your challenge, to your field. So if you think about, you have already idea, somehow a little bit of idea in your head what you want to do. You have the customers that you're choosing. What kind of jobs they need to do as a customer to actually be connected to your idea, to your product. So for as an example, uh, user of my project. Yes, we are only talking about the users that you want to have. You want to have connected with your idea. Yeah. Okay, I get so question. So okay, it's clear. Yes, I see that Maxim also is the same for our perspective. Yes. So I'm advising to dive deep into this exercise, read all of the instructions that you're having, and they write there on the Miro step by step. If you have jobs to be done, the gains and pains. I'm clear that if you're gonna write down the instruction, it's gonna be really simple. Um, yes, exactly what Maxim was saying. Let me just go where we are. Okay, and it might be looking, and I add some example. So in the Miro, you can see the example. So for example, a jobs to be done for person can be submitting assignment on time, communicating the project with the peers, sharing the crops from the garden, selling the crops from the garden. Yeah, and etc. The gains for this person, for example, it will be integration, feeling integrated to the community, easy and direct communication, effective task management. So that's the student that we are talking about. It. What would be the pain of that kind of person? No direct communication tools, lack of support, maybe confusing instructions, and etc. and etc. So you will see the examples on a Miro. So I hope that will be helpful for you to fulfill that one. Yeah. And yeah, perfect. We will go now to the Miro, and we will be doing that for 10 minutes or a little bit maybe more. Let's see how we gonna. I will be watching how you working. And obviously, if you have some question, specific one, then you can write me on a chat, or you can write me on the Miro. Maybe I can follow up to your example. But just let me know if you can see the Miro. Perfect. So what I would love you to do now, it start by reading. Obviously, first choose the customer groups that the representative of the customer group that you're choosing for today. Jobs to be done, pains, gains, write down everything that you think is related. And then me and Maxim will be maybe answering the question in a chat, so everyone else have a time to maybe work. I think that's maybe we can do this that way. So I will be also writing things in a chat. So please take it, write your name, and start producing the post-its. Let's put it that way. I'm gonna put the timer. Perfect. I see that you're working. We still have 5 minutes more. Don't worry. And we will be continuing working for that later. But I see that you're producing. Let us know if you have some question on the chat. We are here to support. Okay. 1 more minute, and I will be inviting you to the small session as I was promising the last class. Uh, minutes for your so you can get to know each other. But I also obviously I have a format for that. So in 1 minute, I will be talking to you more about this one. Perfect. Okay, so we have half hour uh, left for our class today. As promised, I was thinking how you can use this extra time. Obviously, we're going to do the second part of the exercise, which is really important, value proposition, but we're going to spend the rest time for that. But now, I would love to give you 6 minutes or seven. Let's see how it's going to work to have a speed dating. This is really speed dating environment. I just gonna stop sharing. Okay, now. So I create the breakout rooms. So I'm not gonna assign you today for the breakout rooms. You're gonna use the room yourself. So if you in the beginning when we're sharing the ideas, you can go back to the chat, you can read what people were writing, and if you would love to talk with them about it, then you can you can get to the breakout room or you can join the person that is in the breakout room. But what I would like you to reflect on whenever you're going to talk with this person, maybe it's going to be two people, maybe it's going to be three people, you will see. I want you to share the project, obviously, the idea in essence, because that's why we are here to exchange, but also tell them who are your users and what kind of value do you think that you're delivering to these people. Yeah. So we're going to test a little bit the communication skill. Obviously, this is just a proposition, how you can learn how to communicate your project to the others. Is it clear? Just give me the thumbs in the chat. Yes, perfect. So you have Yanis. Okay, I see that. Would you like to speak, Yanis? And obviously
No,
you
no, I
can.
just raised my.
Perfect. So please choose the breakout room. And after, if I'm going to see everyone already joining the breakout room, I will click 6-10 minutes. Okay? Okay, please go. Use your time. Choose wisely.
Sorry, where are these breakout rooms? I don't see any.
Okay, if you click, yes, Anita, if you click on the participants icon, below you have like people, 20 people. Oh, Diogo, I see that you're sharing a screen. Oh, perfect.
Sorry,
So follow Diogo. Beautiful.
sorry. It's
No, perfect. And then,
not my intention to share the screen. Sorry.
okay, I can share the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you go here, participants, you're clicking, then you go down, and then you have breakout rooms, and you can click join. Can you see that? Diogo, can you stop sharing, please? Stop sharing the screen. Okay. Anita, please choose the room, whichever room you like. It's up to you. You can go on the right side, you see participants. You see the name of the participants. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then you can go below, you can scrum, and then you have breakout rooms, different breakout rooms. And if you go and click on them, you have join. So you can join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. Is it clear?
But mine doesn't show the breakout rooms. It only shows the participant names.
But if you go down, 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 drag
Oh,
down,
sorry. No, I was in the wrong.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Carlos, Claudia, Annalisa, Sanya, can I help you? Can I put you in some breakout room if you want? Okay, I'm gonna put you in some rooms.
Justina, sorry.
Yes.
I was alone in the breakout room. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. So please join whichever. I mean, do you want me to help you with this breakout room, or you want to join
Yes,
specific
please.
one?
I pushed the add breakout room
Yes.
and join,
Okay.
but I was alone. I don't know in which breakout room I can. Okay, maybe I see breakout room number 6. Maybe I can join it or
But it's a 0 people there. So
okay.
I suggest you room number 5 or
Okay.
room number 4, 3, or 1 or 2.
Okay.
But I see already. Perfect. Oof. Technology. Hi, Sanya. Perfect. So I guess I can start counting now time. How are you, Sanya? Everything's fine?
Yep, perfect. You?
Close to spectacular.
I like the attitude, definitely. We
Yeah.
just returned from Israel and I'm still super tired and like drained out. So
Don't worry. I can imagine. Oh, I have Natasha. Would you like me to put you in some breakout room?
I was with Ola.
Yes.
I turn off and I'm on now because I cannot see them and I cannot speak with them. So now I can. So if you please
Yes.
put
Which
on
one?
that breakup room, yes.
Which one?
I don't know which one was it, but it was Ola. I think so.
Hola.
Yeah.
Alexandra, you mean?
Mm.
Annalisa? No, I can't.
The girl from Holland, which is living in Italy. I only listen that part.
Justina,
Yeah.
I think that Natasha was in a room number 4.
4. Okay, let's try. If
Okay.
then you're gonna meet new people. Okay.
Okay,
I
it's not
send
problem.
Oh, are you ready for the next week, Sanya? With you're leading or Dragana, the module?
Dragana.
Ah,
Dragana. I did
yeah.
the 0 module and she's doing the last one. But I thought that this module is number 5 and it says number 4.
Yeah, it is 4. It is 4. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and Israel was a vacation, yeah, or was work?
Vacation. My late father-in-law was born in Israel, so we went there as a kind of we went there as a family, and we spent a week there. So we were just visiting some holy places, and then just enjoying in Jerusalem and in the Dead Sea. So, but it was intense, and it was like I don't like going on vacation with the other people that are not my husband. So it was challenging for me.
Okay, I just gonna check with Fahrat. Are we recording? Are we live?
Yes.
Okay,
It has been registered.
Can we just pause the recording?
No, I actually told them the same thing. So
okay.
but if we can erase this from the materials, that would be nice. They know how I feel. So
Yeah. I think Fahrat, we need to do the supervision through all of the recordings. I have this feeling.
Yeah, the problem is that it has been also on YouTube online. So if they are watching YouTube by any chance, nothing can be done.
What can we say to the people that watching us? Maybe someone by mistake went to this link in the Zoom and is watching us. You never know. I think I'm gonna give them 2 more minutes. What do you think? and then we're gonna get through the next part of the value proposition.
Definitely give them more than you think.
I mean, anyway, the stuff, the exercises they can do home, I can explain them more, and they can read more and do more.
Yeah, I think they enjoy talk to each other, and they
Yeah.
don't have much opportunity yet.
I know, but I today actually they produce a lot.
Mhm. Yeah,
Super happy with that one.
I think today's session was very good.
I'm also looking at the results from the last one. Yes, some of them little bit. For sure, mind map. There's a lot of tools that they can use in the future. For sure. Okay. So I will give them more time. 4 or 5 minutes more, and then I will bring them. Actually, it's like the bonus that they asked for last time. So I think I also gonna add it for the next class. Some moment for them.
So Justina, what was the theme of the previous class? Because I didn't have internet, so I couldn't connect and
Yes. So I started with sustainability as a just a concept, just explaining what are the sustainable products and services, and what's the definition of social enterprise, and how it's important to have three things connected, which is economy, social, and environmental aspect. And then I get really deep on that one, but it was like introduction. And then you can see the presentation, which is on the platform, just to see if you know what was I was talking about. Then on the second class, we were talking about problems and the context of the challenges that they're having in the local area. So they were sharing, and we were just discussing what's the roots, why certain things are happening. So we were working on that one, and we're just creating a mind map over the problem. And it was just like introduction to the tool, which is called method 3. So you can have a challenges or you can have a goals. And the goals, that was a homework. So they can, they can choose how deep they're going into the topic. Today it's a value proposition, and the last class on Thursday gonna be so how can we do this like a like earth-centered design. So a little bit deeper on sustainability, summarizing all of this 3-4 classes, and just leaving the space for them to jump immediately to the business idea.
nice, good.
So
I
they
like
can use they can use all of the things that we were talking, I was sharing, as an inspiration, then to make a statement, then to make a decision how we want to form that in a business model.
nice.
So that kind of I think 1 more minute and I will bring them back. I will be this person.
Nice.
But I'm doing focaccia today.
Are you inviting us?
I would love to actually, like I'm getting ready for Italian meeting next month. Yeah. They have a really amazing recipe that you do the dough, and you're putting the dough to raise in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours. And every time the focaccia later is perfect. That's the secret.
Yep.
And it's so beautiful because in the beginning it's really small, and when you're opening the fridge, it's like in the ceramic bowl, it's just like
Fermented.
Yes, it's just like beautiful one. So that's my plan for the after this class, to do this. And Maxim, what is your plan? I don't know if we're still recording, but you can maybe share.
Yeah, I'm I'm going to buy an Apple AirTag
Wow.
because I'm going to hide it inside of my new motorbike as a security thing.
Super smart.
But don't tell anyone.
Like in the YouTube, like tell us your address, the name.
Yeah.
And you, Sanya?
I actually have one training that starts at 8:30, and that's it. I have some leftovers from some dinner from the last night, so I'm not going to do anything in this period of hour and a half of pause. So that's it.
Totally understandable. Hi, Yanis. Okay, I'm bringing everyone back.
Yes, we already came by our own.
Perfect. Now I'm closing the breakout rooms. I'm bringing the people back. Perfect. Just give me some time. I'm closing the rooms. Do we have everyone with us? Perfect. That's so nice. Okay, we have the last 15 minutes and we still have some things to do. But I see your video too fast. I know, but don't worry. We're gonna have it on the next class. Again, we're gonna do this. But let me just go. I want to share with you the second part of this exercise. Let me know. I mean, I think I can hear some people, but I just letting you know that I can hear some people if you want to be talking and sharing. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the second part. Actually, if I can ask some of you to mute, that would be lovely. Later on, we will be okay. So, can you see my presentation? Why it's going too fast now? Okay, so obviously this is all of the materials are for you. You can go deep, you can explore as you want. I will be just sharing with you the value, and then this is your homework. This is something that you can work on, especially because you're going to work on that on a module number 5 in next week. So now we're going to focus. I will be explaining to you the value, why the value, the delivery is important. And I got here some of the really funny ideas, and I just going to explain you why. It's really often when we think about what our users needs, it's sometimes companies, they think that they need to blindly follow what people are saying. And I just want to tell you that it is important to listen to your users, to listen to their gains, pains, understanding the jobs to be done that they're performing, obviously. But it's really important to also ask the questions why they need certain things, to get deeper, to not to treat it like, okay, they need that one, so we're gonna follow that one. Yeah, they say that they need a new car, so we're just gonna give them cars, or like they need a new road. But actually what they really need is the mobility, the access, the easy access and the comfort, for example. Yeah, so many companies, they've been falling, like thinking that they're listening to the customers, but what they're doing is they're just really fast responding. And like the crazy idea is like, I'm sure some of you were eating these chips, Cheetos. Someone designed a lip balm in the taste of Cheetos, or like a Colgate, they did a lasagna, or like, for example, some time ago there was a special soda for animals, for them to drink as people to drink water, but really fast enough they figure out this is like like the animals don't need to do this. Yeah, so just I want to also understand that we are not like listening and immediately jumping into the solutions. We are listening and carefully asking, like, what does it really mean that our users, they say that they need that. And especially, and this is something you can read it later, I pull out 4 examples of the sustainable products that they were developed too fast, or they were developed too rapidly, or they didn't take everything into consideration. And for example, Amazon, so the packaging, for example, making your own packaging sustainable is really important. But if, for example, like the shipments itself is not sustainable, then your product is not actually seen by your user as a sustainable. So it's really taking into consideration many elements at the same time. So for example, also Adidas, or I think that was Nike, they wanted to do a sustainable shoes, and they needed to do really fast. They wanted to show that it's like sustainable shoes. There you can see the examples, is like something done with this linen material, with this vibe of the forest, and etc. And they really like didn't succeed with that, because they wanted to communicate that they're doing sustainability too fast. And the other examples of the chocolate from I think it's Unilever or other company, then you can read about this. So sometimes too fast listening to your user needs, it's maybe not the best one. Time is really important, and I will be telling you that on a value proposition. So we are moving to this blue part, which is called a value proposition. I mean, everything what we are doing is called value proposition, but value proposition is describing the specific feature of the things that you're delivering to your users in the terms of product and services, in the terms of the pain relievers. So you see, like we are reflecting what our users were going through, what the pains they were going through, and we are finding the solution for them based on their specific pain. And the same with the gain creators. So we really helping them. We are trying to give them benefits, yeah? So it's really like a mirror. And this is how you see a value proposition. Value proposition is a mirror from our user gains, pains, and jobs to be done. And obviously you have this step-by-step on the Miro, but I just gonna take a second until we are still here to tell you how you can use it. And this is the biggest homework before you're gonna enter the module 5, because on the module number 5, you're gonna be talking business models, yeah? So you need to have idea of the value proposition before going to the business models, yeah? So when you're gonna start, I want you to start to do the part with the pain relievers. So depending what kind of specific pain your user are having, you gonna be writing here what could it be the pain relievers, what could relieve the pain of the specific users, yeah? So there is a connection, this kind of pain, this kind of relievers for our users, yeah? How your product services actually supporting solving the customer pains, yeah? And obviously here also you will be ranking what is the most important, what is not that important, and etc. So that's the pain relievers, yeah? Then it's a great gain creators, and the same, it's like a mirror from the gains that you are benefits that you are writing on your user, the pink part. Then you are reflecting what kind of how your product and services, how your idea that you are having is actually creating the benefits, what are like, and it should be also connected, yeah? And this is like always like you're gonna rank to it. Okay, and then in the end, the third part, the last part, you're gonna focus on the product and services. So you will be listing all of the products, all of the services that a value proposition is built around, yeah? What are the products and services that you're providing to your customer segments, yeah? So you see, this is the moment when you actually going back to the exactly product and service that you are delivering. So we didn't start it from the idea. I mean, obviously today I ask you to share it, but we did this long walk thinking about our users, our gains, pains, now creating gain creators and relievers, and now to be able to think about your product and service from a different perspective, more value center, more like we are creating this value for these people, for your users. And then this part should be already influenced by this journey, by everything that you were writing, everything what you are feeling and creating. And obviously you have examples on the Miro. So you have the things that you can take a look at. So it doesn't need to be something difficult for you. But the most important is, and I will be showing you in a second on the next slide, is actually how you're connecting those two things. What is the value proposition? And it should be aligned as much as possible. It should be combined so hard that it's so hard to actually take it back. And why I'm talking about this, because it's just giving you the arguments that you know, that you're sure that whatever you're producing, whatever you're sending to the market, there is a real need of people to have your product. It's like a final confirmation on what you do, that what you do is needed. Because what all of us, we don't want to do, we don't want to create things that nobody going to use it, or people going to just throw it to the trash, or we actually are not supporting environment, and etc. And that's why value proposition is helpful for that one. And what I was saying, you remember I was saying about this mirroring stuff. So I want you as a homework, obviously, to do the value proposition, the blue part, and it will take you probably 1 hour, 1.5, maybe a little bit more. But what I want you to remember, that each element should be referring to the users. So if you, for example, writing about game creators, it should be connected with the games on the right side. But maybe some of them they're not, and maybe that's the things that you cannot support. But it's also about making decisions that, okay, this is connected, this is confirmed, these things are not connected, so maybe I'm not going to take them into considerations. Yeah, everything is a decision that you're making in this process. And the next step is, after you're going to do this exercise, is you to find a fit. That's why I'm talking about this, between your customer, your user, and between your value proposition. And if you find it, then you have a problem. It's called market fit. It's like problem solution fit. So you know that you actually have a solution for the problem. And this is the best feeling in the world. If you have it, then you know that you have a purpose in your business. You have a purpose as a social enterprise, for example. Yeah. And obviously it's really hard to have this kind of fit that is fit like so perfectly, but that's why you need to test it. And that's probably what you're going to get more at the business model canvas, the module 5. But then based on that, you can create a strategy. Yeah, strategy for your company. And the best way is just to test that. So do the exercise, do the value proposition, and then take it to the users, take it to your potential customers, and just tell them, talk about like, oh, so this kind of people, they have this kind of problem, I have this solution, I have this value, people gonna feel like that when they're gonna use my use product or service. And see what other people are saying, what your user are saying. Maybe they're gonna say like, no, this is not the gain, or this is not the pain that we are going through. Because now what you did, that's the assumption. We need to test it. Everything that it's like coming to the as a business needs to be tested. And obviously another homework, which is like how to communicate your value. So whenever you're going to talk about your value proposition, obviously after you're going to create it, you can form it in this beautiful sentences, which is called Golden Circle, is by Simon Sinek. And in a really simple way, he's helping us to talk about your value proposition. And you can start from the why. What is the purpose? What is the cause? What do you believe in? Then the process, how you're delivering this thing, yeah, how you're delivering this value proposition, and the what. what's the what's the results, in what kind of way. So for example, if I would be talking about myself as an example, so the purpose, for example, I want make business more sustainable. How? By teaching them tools and methods. What kind of results, so they can implement that really easily in their organization culture. And this is the value proposition. Obviously it's really simple, but this will help you to talk about your value, to share the value with others. And I will just share you in a second. Thank you so much for taking your time. I'm gonna show you on a Miro, and I really encouraging you to do this exercise before module number 5, because this will be really helpful for you to go on to work on a business model. So here on the right side, you have all the explanation, all the things in blue. You can create, you can put a post-it, then you can reflect on that. Yes, so you can think about the mirroring below. And I already create this value proposition below. So you can copy paste, you can see, you can tag, you can make comments if you want. Yeah, so me or Maxim, we can take a look on that one, and also maybe we can answer you. In other words, please use us as experts to test your value proposition. You can ask me, you can write me like, Justina, I'm preparing for the module number 5. Would you mind to take a look at the value proposition? Do you think is clean? Do you think is fit? Do you think there is this argument that I can bring? So please do this, because on the class on Thursday, we're just going to start a little bit on that one. I would love you to start a little bit about the value proposition, not that much. And then on that one, we're going to add the layer of sustainability. So I know I'm squeezing a lot from your brains, but I hope you're going to benefit from that. And I think, yes, I see that you need more session on spin dating. I will bring that to the main organizers. I think they can provide something, because we are responsible for those 4 classes. I will ask them to provide maybe extra meetings, or like adding maybe a little bit more time, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I will do it. But this is it for today. I'm so happy that all of you were working. This is a really honey on my heart. Feel free to leave. I will be staying and answering extra questions, because I see there are some questions by Maxim. Irene, you wrote, question on homework. How would the value proposition not correspond to the pain gain? The first part of your presentation. My idea was to work on it starting from a personal customer profile. No, how would you?
I don't know if it's probably not clear. Huh?
No.
Okay, I will try to explain it, because my idea when you presented the value proposition was to create it starting from the customer profile.
Yes.
So I don't know really. I mean, when you say if it fits, then it's that your proposal is good and it will meet an audience, let's say, and so on.
Yeah.
But so my question is, am I thinking it wrong if I think that the value propositions should be elaborated starting from the customer profile? Because otherwise, I don't know how I would have something in mind that does not fit to the customer. You know,
I totally understand your question, and this is quite often what's happening. That, for example, people like, oh, but I have idea, and now I see that the people don't need this idea. I understood that correctly. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have such a feeling like, oh wow, actually the customer groups that I wanted to produce my design, probably they don't need the project that I'm having, then by value proposition, maybe you can adjust certain things. Maybe you can do the small changes. So you don't need to totally abandon your project. Maybe there's some elements of your project that, because of the value proposition, you can change it, and you can still make it possible for these users to use it. I don't know if is it clear? Is it?
Yes. It's
Okay.
clear.
So
Yeah.
I hope that's helpful, because it would be really like, oh, now it's gonna stop. Like, yeah, but sometimes we have already existing product, yeah. But maybe value proposition is also helping us to understand maybe the target group that you have, maybe it's a different one. So it's really helping us to understand what is the connection. Maybe the group that you have chosen, maybe they are not the right fit for the thing that you're having right now.
Okay.
And that's why, I mean, this is luxurious position to start with the target group, not with idea. But quite often we have already some kind of idea, yeah? So that's why it's a process like changing, adapting, the best startups, they have the best possibility, because they can just go, they can just do the research, they can map the people needs, and then they're producing something. We don't have this luxury. We already have some idea. So let's try to be as much flexible as possible, and maybe see like, oh, maybe the other people will be benefiting. Maybe not. It's right now my value proposition is not the perfect fit with the people that I have, and I know that they will be the users. So what kind of changes you can do in your project already existing, so it might be better fit than it was before.
Okay, clear.
And please share it whenever you go to the blue part, the value proposition. Please tag me on a platform. Please write to me. I can give you the feedback. And this is something that all of you can benefit from, me and Maxim, because we are working and supporting businesses, and we are like helping them and telling like, oh, think about this user, maybe think about this value. So I'm encouraging you to take advantage of us. But you need to share, like, I want to see exactly, I need to understand what is your value.
Clear.
I hope that was helpful, Irene. So there is no bad moment. It's good. Then you can try to maybe change some of the elements with the inspiration of value proposition.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. See you on Thursday. Someone else? Anis, Janita, Carlos, Dragana, Eva, Anita. Do you have a questions, or was it Selena, or was it Merce? Was it clear?
No, it was clear, I think so.
Okay. So finger crossed, and I'm waiting for you, Yanis, also tell me what kind of value proposition you have, so I can read it as a homework.
Okay, great.
So you can use my brain.
Okay.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Dragana. Thank you, Merce, Anita, Irene. Thank you so much.
Okay.